If you're an Etsy seller and you have no idea what you actually made after fees, after expenses, after all of it, this video is for you. Today, I'm doing a complete walkthrough of the Etsy Seller Bookkeeping Spreadsheet. I'll show you every single tab, what it does, and exactly how to use it. Let's get into it. When you purchase this template, you get two versions in your Etsy download, a Google Sheets version and an Excel file. Both have the same 12 tabs and the same formulas. For this tutorial, I'm using Google Sheets, but everything works exactly the same in Excel. Click Make a Copy, and it's saved to your Google Drive. Let's start on the Setup tab. The Setup tab is the first thing you fill in because your information here flows into every other tab automatically. Section A is your shop information. Replace the placeholder text with your actual shop name, your shop URL, and set your tax year. Change business type if you're not a sole proprietor. Section B is your Etsy fee rates. These are already pre-filled with the current Etsy rates: 6.5% transaction fee, 20 cents per listing, 3% payment processing, and 12% for off-site ads if that applies to you. If Etsy ever changes their rates, just update the numbers here and everything recalculates automatically. Section C is your tax information. Enter your home state and your estimated tax rates. The self-employment tax rate of 15.3% is standard for most U.S. self-employed sellers. The income tax rate of 22% is a common bracket. Adjust it to match yours. If you work from home or use your car for business, update those fields too. These feed into your quarterly tax estimates later. That's Setup. Now let's go to the CSV Import tab. This tab is your shortcut to importing a full month of Etsy data at once, without manually logging every single sale. There are 5 steps right at the top. Log into Etsy, go to Shop Manager, then Finances, then Monthly Statements. Select the month and year you want, download the CSV, open it, select all, copy it, then click on cell B9 here, and paste. Your sales data will populate the rows automatically. Delete the sample rows 13 through 17 before you paste your real data. Those are just there to show you the format. Once your CSV is pasted, your income entry and expense entry tabs update automatically. Now let's go to the Income Entry tab. Look at the summary bar across the top. It shows your total revenue, total fees, net income, and number of orders, all calculating live from your data. Right now, it shows the sample data that came with the template. The columns are Date, Item Title, Order ID, Category, Sale Amount, Listing ID, Etsy Transaction Fee, Processing Fee, Off-Site Ads Fee, Net Amount, and Notes. The net amount column calculates automatically. It's your sale amount minus all the fees. That's the number that actually hits your bank account. You have 500 rows available here. The Listing ID column is important. It needs to match the ID you use in the Profit Per Listing tab, which I'll show you in a minute. You can use any format you want, LIST-001, or the actual Etsy listing number. Just be consistent. Next is Expense Entry. Every business expense you log here is a potential tax deduction. Look at the summary bar. Total expenses and tax deductible total. All your categories are preset as tax deductible. The columns are Date, Expense Category, Vendor or Paid to, Payment Method, Amount, and Notes. The categories include everything an Etsy seller typically spends money on: software and subscriptions like Canva, Etsy listing fees, shipping supplies, Etsy ads, photography, education and training, supplies and materials, and more. You have 300 rows here. Log every business expense as it happens, and by tax time, your deductions are already organized and totaled. Now let's look at the monthly dashboard. This is where your numbers come together. At the top, you'll see 2 selectors, Select Month and Select Year. Choose January and 2025, for example, and the dashboard instantly shows you that month's gross revenue, total fees, total expenses, net profit, total orders, and profit margin, all calculated automatically from your income and expense entries. Below that is the expenses by category breakdown for that selected month, so you can see exactly where your money went. Change the month to see a different month, change the year to see a different year. It's all live. Next is the quarterly dashboard. This tab has two powerful sections. The top section shows your full year broken out by quarter: Q1 January through March, Q2 April through June, Q3 July through September, and Q4 October through December. For each quarter, you see gross revenue, Etsy fees, business expenses, net profit, total orders, and profit margin. The bottom section is the one most Etsy sellers don't think about until it's too late: estimated quarterly tax payments. It shows exactly what you owe for each quarter, with the due dates right in the headers: April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and January 15th. It calculates your self-employment tax and income tax estimate automatically based on the rates you entered in setup. No more surprises at tax time. The annual dashboard gives you the full picture for the entire year. At the top are 7 KPI boxes: annual gross revenue, total Etsy fees, total expenses, annual net profit, profit margin, total orders, and average revenue per order, all calculated automatically for whatever year you select. Below that is the monthly breakdown table, every month of the year side by side, showing revenue, fees, expenses, and net profit, with a total column at the right. This is the table you'd share with an accountant or use to prep your Schedule C. The 5-year dashboard is the long view. Notice row 5? Set your years. You can change these to whatever years match your business history. The table shows gross revenue, total fees, business expenses, net profit, total orders, average order value, and profit margin for each year. And the trend column on the right shows you the percentage change from your most recent 2 years at a glance. This is the tab you open when you need to see how far your shop has actually come. Now the sales tax tracker. There's an important note right at the top. Etsy automatically collects and remits sales tax in most U.S. states as a marketplace facilitator. So if you only sell on Etsy, you probably don't need to worry about this tab at all. But if you also sell on your own website, at craft fairs, or on other platforms, this tab tracks your economic nexus threshold by state. It's pre-populated with the major states: Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, California, Florida, New York, Texas, and shows the nexus threshold, your sales, whether you've hit the threshold, the tax rate, and how much you've collected. The account balance tracker is the simplest tab in the spreadsheet, but one of the most satisfying. Enter your opening balance, whatever you're starting with, and then log income and expenses as they happen. The running balance column calculates automatically, giving you a live view of exactly what's in your shop account at any moment. It's the tab you check when you want a quick gut check on your finances. Now the most powerful tab: profit per listing. This is what separates sellers who know their business from sellers who are just guessing. Enter your listing ID in column A. This needs to match whatever ID you used in your income entry tab. Enter the item title in column B. That's all you do. The rest calculates automatically from your income entry data: units sold, total revenue from that listing, total fees, net profit, and profit margin percentage. Look at the sample data. List-001, Budget Planner Template, 97% profit margin. List-003, Custom Wedding Budget, 78.5% margin. Same shop, very different profitability. Without this tab, you'd never know which products to push and which to rethink. Finally, the Refunds and Fees Log. The summary bar shows total refunds and total fees, both tracked separately for clean bookkeeping. The columns are date, order ID, type, Etsy category, amount, and notes. This is where you log customer refunds, Etsy listing fees, off-site ads fees, Etsy ads spend, shipping labels, anything that's a deduction from your income that doesn't belong in the regular expense entry tab. Keeping these separate keeps your profit calculations clean and your records accurate. That's all 12 tabs. Your complete bookkeeping system as an Etsy seller. The link to get your copy is in the description below. You get both Google Sheets and Excel versions, plus the PDF setup guide, all in one instant download. If this walkthrough helped you, hit the like button. It helps other Etsy sellers find this video. And if you have any questions about setting it up, drop them in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.